जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೆಗೆ
Hyderabad Bhattacharjya Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
A big win for Lucknow at home, 33 runs the margin. Yash Thakur picking up 5 wickets and restricting Gujarat. Well, to be honest, we thought after 163 for 5 is what Lucknow got, there was an advantage for Gujarat. But after the opening pair did well, Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill. But after Shubman Gill fell, the last ball of the power play, things started going Lucknow's way. And Gujarat today was not batting deep. A lot of inexperience there in that batting lineup, and it showed as they were packed up for 130 with 7 balls to spare. So that's 3 wins on the row now for Lucknow, and they're looking good. Well, we'll tell you that. They are looking good. Tell you who else is looking good. My boys, after a long day, Michael Vaughan and Bhattacharjya. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day, but fascinating day of cricket, except that... sorry for selling you down the river. But look, you made it up in the second innings. You just got big one.
Yes, yes.
Both you and Michael.
We both got our guess correct, yes. But we genuinely thought that this would be a high-scoring game because Joy genuinely made us believe that it would be a high-scoring game. But now that we've seen both sides play, now, Michael, what do you make of this surface?
Well, I think it was tricky. Clearly, it wasn't a 200 surface, but it was a strange chase. I mean, they got off to a good start, and then you just look at the bowling figures of Yash Thakur and Krunal Pandya. 8 wickets for 41 runs off 7.5 overs.
Yeah.
There is the problem for the Gujarat Titans. They're clearly missing David Miller. You know, he's an experienced pro. They needed a bit of Kane Williamson. He's been plucked out of the sky with an incredible catch by Bishnoi. They never really... I mean, the power play was OK, but after the power play and they lost a couple of wickets, it almost like there was a disease that ran through the team and they just kept on losing wickets and they were chasing it from that. I must admit, I don't think it was a classic game of cricket. I don't think we saw much in terms of the high quality in the batting ranks on either side, but we saw some very, very good bowling on both sides, some kind of good change-up bowling and some good spin.
If you see the last ball of the power play and you see the score just before that last ball, it's 54 for no loss.
Exactly. They are going
From
at 9.
54 for no loss, they have gone effectively in the next 13 overs to 130 all out.
Correct. They fell off a cliff. They absolutely fell off a cliff. But remember, we've been talking about this. The fact that they're batting it's a very thin batting lineup.
Yeah.
And when you have a situation where Tewatia is supposed to come in at 6 and Rashid Khan at 7, that tells you there's no depth there at all. What happened today? Eventually you had Nalkande coming in to bat at 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know nothing against him, but Darshan Nalkande bats inside Mushtaq Ali at number 8 for his team. So a person who's playing for his state team and batting at number 8 is coming out at 6 for an IPL franchise.
Yeah.
It tells you that their problem was they couldn't afford to send Tewatia too early.
Yeah.
So just had to hold back and said, so anyone else go out there. But so somewhere this team composition, for whatever they were trying, they didn't get it right.
Yeah, they didn't. And also Tewatia's game, Rashid Khan's game, they have the game for the ball coming onto the bat.
Yep.
Right? It was not happening on the surface. And there was also a lot of cutters, a lot of slower balls, variations bowled by the bowlers, which sort of took the power away from. You saw Rashid got out on a ball which, clearly wasn't there to hit where he wanted to, but you had the offside fielders up. He thought, I can get it there, but that ball never kind of reached him.
Yeah, I mean, you always know it's a little bit of a tricky wicket when you don't see many balls. We didn't see much tonight in terms of the balls flying kind of over point or just a little flick to the leg side and it races to the boundary. So there was no real pace in the surface, loads of slow balls, loads of cutters. Boundaries were quite big.
Yeah.
And obviously, because they panicked and they lost wickets and then they were not kind of getting those boundaries, they suddenly had to hit boundaries. And against that skill and variation of the bowling attack and clever captaincy from KL Rahul in terms of where he was setting his fielders, it became harder and harder to hit. But I just look at someone like Kane Williamson. It was perfectly suited for Kane Williamson. They needed 45 minutes to an hour of Kane Williamson, and that chase would have been, I wouldn't say a simple one, but I think he was the key to that chase because he's got all the experience. The rate was never going to go into a state that was going to affect Kane Williamson. He could have just played around, and he obviously was plucked out of the sky with a brilliant catch. I think that was really the key to the chase.
Yeah, because at that time, if you think just a little over 100 to get, like they need 110 to get in 14 overs, right? You'd bat the batting team to do that if you have somebody like Kane Williamson. But there you go, Ravi Bishnoi. We've always said this about Ravi Bishnoi. Ravi Bishnoi doesn't mess around with the easy catches. He's like, these are boring, I may just drop them. But you give him a difficult catch like that one, and 11 times out of 10, he's going to pluck it out of thin air.
And not only that, when you see a cotton bowl like Akshar Patel took in the first innings,
first game today, you say, what are the odds you're going to see another one like that in the same day and an even better one? I mean, I have to say that, Bishnoi's one even crosses Akshar Patel in terms of how he did it. Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic. And that's the point, that these matches genuinely change, catches genuinely change matches. Because as he said, Williamson stuck around. This could have been a very different game. As it turned out, they had nobody of that quality who could just play around in the field, because if you're asking is 8, you can go around at 6, 6.5, let it go to even 9, 10. 9, 10 in the last 4, 5 overs is nothing.
Yeah.
Tewatia and Rashid Khan, everyone can blow it away. But you cannot be chasing 16, 17. And that's what happened to them. And they lost a ton of wickets as well.
Can I say, though, I really expected Vijay Shankar to do that role. He's done it domestically. In domestic cricket, he was playing, 17 of 17, the way he was playing at that point in time. He nicks it to the keeper at that point in time. I genuinely thought Vijay Shankar could shepherd the chase from there. He's got bucket loads of experience, right? Bucket loads of experience. So, they have had opportunities today, but as you said, it's been like a house of cards, which is
but I just think, look, no, 3 and 3, they've won defending. They've got this kind of mechanism of getting runs on the board,
and different guys have done it. Mayank has done it for them twice. Today it's the slow bowlers and Yash Thakur who's done it for them.
Yeah, and obviously that's a problem for them, because Mayank Yadav's just gone off the field. He's clearly got an injury, and that's going to be a miss, I'm sure, for the next week or two.
Side strain, they say.
That's him done for a few weeks, because they'll be very, very careful to bring him back too soon. So that may be the end of his IPL, because sides are a real issue, but they're becoming a very good defending team. They've got that kind of mentality, and as Joy said, to win it tonight without Mayan and a different set of bowlers turn out. I thought Krunal Pandya bowled incredible.
He's just
he had it on a string.
Yeah, he is that kind of bowler. He's that kind of cricketer. He's street smart. He's industrious. He's wily. He just knows how to do it. And you see the rest of the bowlers as well. I mean, you got Krunal Pandya bowls his 4 overs. 11 runs, he's bowled 13 dots. Those are dream figures for any bowler.
Absolutely. Dream figures for any bowler. You have to say he was also, luck also plays a part. He bowls a certain wide, and Darshan Nalkande hits it to, short fine leg. I mean, what are the odds of that? I mean, twice it's happened to him that he's bowled wide and he's got hit and it's gone straight to the fielder.
Yeah.
But on that day, when luck is going on your side, and this is a pitch meant for Krunal Pandya. If they look at this pitch, they'll turn around, and Justin Langer, if he has a way, he would tell the curators, this is what I want. Because on this pitch, Yash Dayal, Krunal Pandyas of this world, Bishnois of this world will be terrific.
Yeah, Naveen ul Haq was good.
And what it might become is actually, look, I've got a home venue that only they know how to play on it.
Yeah.
So when the opposing teams arrive just for that one-off game, it might take them a little bit of a while to get used to this kind of pitch. But if they stay playing on those pitches, they're going to be a difficult team to beat at home.
They've really pulled this one out today, Lucknow. Generally, when you saw them batting, you thought, and we also criticized the fact that they were not taking enough risks. I guess now that we've seen this surface play, you can perhaps understand why they didn't take risks. So would you have still liked them to take a few more risks? Because
I think they can go up in the gears if they want to win the IPL. I mean, if they just want to win at home on these kind of pitches, I think that'll be enough in terms of the way that they batted tonight. But if they want to train the brains to be a bit more aggressive for when they get on better pitches, potentially, here in Mumbai, or we've seen them play at obviously Bengaluru, and they did well enough there because that was a bit of an older, slower wicket as well. But look, you've just got to win. Ultimately, it's about winning on the day, and they found enough runs in the tank, and they defended it as well as you possibly could with clever bowling, clever field settings, and without Mayank Yadav. So it's a big plus for Lucknow tonight.
Without Mayank Yadav and their so-called frontline spinner Bishnoi bowling only 2.
Yeah.
Bishnoi bowled just 2 overs. So
Here's what Shubman Gill has said after the game about the wicket. He in fact is saying it was a good wicket to bat on, and it's been a poor batting performance by us. Our bowlers
thank you, Shubman. Thank you.
Then you don't have to say it then.
Yes, that's it.
Off the hook. But he says that it was a poor batting performance by us. Our bowlers were exceptional as they restricted Lucknow to 160 odd, just that our batters let us down. The total was very gettable. I thought it was the last over of the power play and I just wanted to make the most of it. Just that I missed that ball as I tried to play a bit to score. It was the last ball of the power play, and they really, that was the one Jenga block that you pulled out, and after that, it just all came tumbling down for them. So, yeah, good of Shubman to say that afterwards and clear it for us on how that surface was. And as far as Thakur is concerned, yeah, haath mujhe de de Thakur. 5 wickets for him. The baby-faced assassin, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great variations, and also I like his mentality because he bowls some of the tough overs. You know, it's not like he's bowling the easy overs, he bowls the tough overs, and he's just got a bag of tricks. He brings them out. Tonight was his night. The ball went in the air, the fielders caught it. There'll be other nights where the ball flies to all parts and it's just not...
And caught only by the spectators.
Yeah, that's right. But, you like his mentality, and I think he's in a team. It's a team led by Justin Langer. Now, you look at that bench, I always look at all the coaches. There's millions of coaches. You've got Lance Klusener there, you've got Morney Muckle. They've got a real collective group of different styles of personalities, but they're going well. They're going nicely. They seem to have just found a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of that kind of winning mentality of just doing enough on the night. I don't think they're a flamboyant team. They've got Nicholas Puran probably with Henrik Klassen, the best striker in the middle of a T20 innings in a minute. Other than that, I don't think they're flamboyant, but they might be just one of those workman-like teams. So very much a Justin Langer style team that they will.
Exactly.
Australia won the T20 World Cup in Abu Dhabi, Dubai a few years ago. And they kind of went, how? But they just knew how to win. Yeah. And I just wonder whether Langer will just bring that kind of mentality into the group, that it's just about winning. It's just about getting one more run than the opposition. I think that's the kind of team they're going to be.
What about Rahul's captaincy today, the way he marshalled his troops considering there was no Mayank Yadav?
No, absolutely. And I was just thinking about it. Last year, our producer informs us that Mark Wood got the first 5 over of the season. Yeah. Again from Lucknow, and this year it's Yash Thakur. So they seem to have a talent for guys, both at the Ekanas. And you come to Ekana and you're not used to it. But it's interesting because Mark Wood is as different a fast bowler as you can get from a Yash Thakur. But
it's Lucknow. It's got the word luck in it, and it's got the word now in it. It's got both. So there you go. The first 5 for this season, and of course Lucknow picks up 2 more points, which means that they now, this very no fuss kind of way, are also throwing their hat in the ring as contenders. They're also working their way up the point chart. All right, there was plenty of cool things that happened today. Let's have a look at them. Our carrier room air conditioners coolest moment of the match. There were quite a few to pick from. So, Joy, I'll start.
I just have to go with that stunning catch from Bishnoi. And I also say it's a match-changing catch because, if Williamson had stuck around, this match could have been very different.
Okay, fair enough. Yours, Michael?
I'm just going to Nicholas Puran. When he hits a 6, it's just cool. He hits them on the offside, he hits them on the onside. He's making 6 hitting look as cool as anybody's ever made 6 hitting look cool.
Okay, I think I'll pick Yash. Shubman Gill spoke about his dismissal. I think that Yash Dayal Yorker, the last ball of the power play, getting Shubman Gill and really taking the advantage back towards his team. I think I'll go with that as my coolest moment. Let's have a look at what you have sent in. We have a few tweets that have come in. Let's read them out. There's Ramesh who says, Siddharth not conceding a boundary or a 6 in any of his 3 no balls during the power play. Actually, those 3 no balls came pretty much back to back. They came in 4 minutes. So, first, yes, not cool, bowling 3 no balls, but very cool that in 3 free hits in a power play, he's not given a 6. So, good call there, Ramesh. Let's go to the next one. We have Subra who says Bishnoi's catch to dismiss Williamson was game-changing. Yep, Joy thought so as well. So good call there, Subra. And do we have another one? Yeah, we do. Anurag Prabhu, who says, just when we thought T20s have become a batter-friendly game, Lucknow's track comes as a savior for bowlers. Okay. But Shubman didn't agree with that. Shubman thought it was still a good batting track. But yeah, if Shubman says that, that means even more kudos to the bowlers because that means they've had to work even harder. So either ways, it's a win-win for the bowlers today. So we've had one batting game and one bowling game today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you always generally get a batting game here in Mumbai, and we saw some striking.
Yeah.
Super Mario at his finest. Tristan Stubbs, magnificent for Delhi in this game. I mean, Nicholas Puran hit a few. Marcus Stoinis, looking back, played a good innings. You know, now his team has won by 33. He played a nice innings for his side. Shubman hit a couple of nice strokes, but it was just one of those evenings, and I've seen it in T20 cricket, where a team just can't get going. They can't get going and they lose a wicket, and then they try and take on a boundary rider and it doesn't work out, and then a batter comes in and within a few balls he has to try and hit a boundary, it goes in the air. It was just one of those nights for the Gujarat Titans. They'll learn from that. I don't think it's doom and gloom for them. I think they're playing okay cricket. They need to get David Miller back. If they do that, I think they'll start to compete a little bit better.
Okay, so there you go. Those were our carrier room air conditioners coolest moment of the match. There's quite a few to choose from. Okay, let's have a look at the points table and see who is where after today. There's been a bit of movement. Yes,
Mumbai have moved.
Mumbai has moved because they got those 2 points and their net run rate is better than Bengaluru and Delhi's. All three of them are on one win each. But the good thing for Mumbai is they've got a game in hand when it comes to Bengaluru and Delhi. They've only played the 4. Gujarat has now got 2 out of 5. And Lucknow has got 3 out of 4, so they are way up top. And the interesting thing is that the team they have dethroned, I think, they've gone up ahead of Chennai. So it's the team below them and the team above them that's going to be playing tomorrow. So that's the game that's happening tomorrow. But yes, the big news for today, of course, was that Mumbai got those 2 points. I tell you what, I could hear the sigh of relief in the studio from this entire city. There was a sigh of relief that Mumbai had picked up the 2 points. Gentlemen, if I just look back at that quickly, the positives, Joy, that Mumbai would take is a bucket load of them actually.
Exactly, a bucket load of them. I think I mean the way they batted for aggression from the start. The big thing, highest score of 49 and you reached 230, 235.
Yeah.
That is the modern template of batting. And that is, I think, very big for them. Tim David coming, Ishan Kishan coming, that burst at the end from Romario Shepherd. This is what contemporary T20 cricket is like. They're playing today's cricket. And I think that's important for them. And then their bowlers are coming and doing the job as well. And I think if you look at it together, with Bumrah there, with the kind of bowling, with the kind of batting they have, if their bowling gives even 70% of what they're giving, they are a championship quality side, definitely.
Yeah, I'll answer the question for Michael. I won't answer it for him, but I'll just preempt it because he said that before the game began and it worked out, which is that you really liked the 11 that they'd chosen today.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I look at performances today. I mean, the team played better. But it was that 11. As soon as we saw the screen, we were, you got Nabi in there, you got Super Mario Shepherd in there, who's had a great afternoon out. And I actually look at 3 overseas players that needed a confidence boost individually. Tim David played great. Super Mario played great. Gerald Coetzee got 4 for.
Yeah.
So you got 3 overseas players that I can only imagine the pressure that comes on the overseas players when your team are losing in the IPL. Particularly from powerful owners and the pressure from all the supporters, the amount of stick that they must get from social media, kind of influencers just typing away. You look at that top 5 on that team sheet for Mumbai and all the Indian players, they are high class and they're going to have a run of it. They're going to get runs, but they're going to need those overseas players to find confidence. And I think today should have given, particularly those 3 that I mentioned, a huge amount of confidence moving forward. I think they may go on a run from here.
They could. Looks like that kind of team. And Surya's back. Remember, Surya today has not contributed. So this has happened despite Surya getting 0. And that's not going to happen very often.
Absolutely. And they have 2 more home games to follow.
Yeah.
So suddenly, if you see them become 3-3 and then going on confidently because they know these conditions well, they're going to play well out here. It's going to be a very different league. So it's business as usual. This is usual.
Yeah.
Mumbai starts like this every year.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And most years they end up, even last year with that kind of start and that kind of team, and we were saying they were severely undermanned. They reached the top 4. We tend to forget
But
that.
it's amazing, isn't it, that we knew Sky was going to come back, but as soon as we saw Naby and Romario Shepherd there at 7, we went, "Ooh, that looks strong, that looks powerful, that looks deep," and a good bowling option in Naby, the off-spinner. I just think he's a very smart cookie.
It's a good combination, and we always say this, when you only need one overseas batter, that means you can actually put 3 overseas bowlers, which then takes a lot of pressure off your Indian bowling, and it just beautifully brings the whole balance together. And when you're adding these 3 foreign bowlers to Jasprit Bumrah, who is 2 bowlers effectively, then your team is becoming really strong. So there you go. Mumbai's got their first win. So, yep, Mumbai doing Mumbai things, lose the first 3, then win 1 quite decisively. So that's what's been the big story of today. Let's have a look at the game that's happening tomorrow, because it's Monday Mania. Monday Mania here. It's 2 very big teams when it comes to expectations, when it comes to fan base, when it comes to style of playing. It's Chennai v Kolkata. It's one side, MS Dhoni and his way of playing, then there's Gautam Gambhir and his way of playing. It's quite exciting. I mean, they are the two 90s cricketers, right? What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that, Joy? Gautam Gambhir and MS Dhoni are 2 90s cricketers. You like a cryptic question? Come on.
90s?
Yeah.
Like they play like the 90s.
No. 2011 final.
97 and 91, of course.
There you go.
Of course, 97 and 91, absolutely.
He's good. You know that he doesn't get the questions outsourced. He does Joy Factor himself. He cracks these. But 2 very distinct styles of playing. And of course, the way they've played here, I mean, we can't even compare it, because Chennai this time has been, Chennai has not been as solid as the Knight Riders have been, fair to say, till now.
Yeah, I mean, they started well, and then suddenly they played poorly in the last 2 games. The batting has just been pretty much nowhere. They've just kind of lost that rhythm of play. I would say they're back home, but they've been at home on their journeys, because every ground that they play at seems to be a home game for Chennai. But they are generally back at home tomorrow. I'm intrigued to see how KKR play, because they've played great. They've looked so solid. Everything, again, when you look at their 11, you go, everything's covered. They've got depth in batting. They're right at the top of the order. Phil Salt, perfect combination. It's just given them that much depth down the bottom of their batting line. Lots of different combinations, good spinners. So it should suit them tomorrow. The Chennai wicket will suit the style of play that KKR play with. But Chennai, they have to get back on the bike.
Yeah.
And generally in the history of the IPL, when you look at a Chennai team and go, they need to win, it's very rarely that they don't get a victory.
Yeah.
True. I just want to add one qualification to that Chennai haven't always succeeded very much after the captaincy change, have they? So there's a little bit of that out there. No, so far they don't look worried, and I think they need a win. I think if they need a win, the nerves will settle a bit. If tomorrow they lose, and unfortunately or fortunately, they're up against a side that's playing their best cricket after a long, long time.
Yeah.
So I think that's the pressure point for them, and a side that has a spin attack that can bowl in Chennai conditions. So Neil Narayan in Chennai conditions is still a handful. Suyash Sharma is a handful. Varun Chakravarti knows this pitch. So all 3 of them are used to playing. Will play well out here.
Yeah,
I'll be. If KKR can go and win tomorrow, I've already seen enough to suggest that they're going to be around the elimination stage.
Absolutely.
If they can win tomorrow, it's a strong message to the rest of the tournament. They are here to stay.
It would be so it already is their best start in their history. 3 out of 3 is their best start. So obviously 4 out of 4 will even better that best start. And as Michael is saying, if it's 4 out of 4, that is the gauntlet thrown down, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Well, if it's 4 out of 4 with an away win in Chennai, that is
Then it's basically
serious business.
Yeah, then it's just Rajasthan and them duking it at the top.
serious business. Let's have a look at the teams and see if there would be any changes at all. We said Chennai last time had a few tactical. They made a few tactical.
Has the Fizz got his visa?
The Fizz has got his flight and he's back.
Oh, so he's
I
available.
don't know. I can't answer your question. I don't know if he's got his visa or not because it takes a few days for the passport to come.
But he's back to play.
But he's taken the flight.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's got the visa, but he's got the flight and he's back. And they will need Fizz because in the last game again, there's 2 bowlers they've relied on a lot, which is Patirana and the Fizz. both in form, and they didn't have both of them in the last game. So Mustafizur, joy for you. If he's back, he's fit, he makes it back to the team?
I mean, he's still the leading wicket taker this year, 7 wickets. I think the conditions suit him. Look, Moeen Ali didn't work out for them, but remember, this is not a team who generally gives a foreign player one game and takes it away.
Yeah, but it worked out with the ball, though. I mean, he didn't bowl in the power play, but he picked up 2 wickets later.
Yeah, he did. But it was kind of in a lost cause.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it changed the game with his bowling. But I look at Mitchell Santner as well. He's a wonderful spinner.
Yeah.
He's a clever cricketer. And they'll have to find a way, I'm sure, of getting him a game or two. Whether it's tomorrow, we'll have to wait and see. But they generally stay consistent.
True.
They're not going to be ripping up the team and changing too much. They'll just be saying to the players, come on, any chance we can play a bit better.
Yeah, but again, for them, they're batting. 2 games, they're batting underperforming. They have to step up, and they've got the pedigree, they've got the talent.
Yeah, I say Rachin Ravindra started really well, but then has fallen off a bit. Rituraj is not giving them enough. So Shivam Dube, I think, is the one behind who is standing up and is managing to do his job. Hit the spinner. Rane got bogged down a bit, but still I feel Rahane and Shivam Dube are still giving them. The problem is later. Jadeja is not giving them that much, and up front, Rachin started well, but the last couple of matches hasn't given them much.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere, if their batting doesn't stabilize, they need their batting to stabilize, because then Dhoni can start moving his pieces around.
Yeah.
When their players are not in form, he can't do that just as well, you know.
Are you saying they need more runs from both the Ravindras?
Yes,
That's what they do?
runs from the Ravindras. That's his title.
And also, they could actually push MS Dhoni a little bit higher up the order. I've seen him get 37 off 16. I've not seen him since.
Yeah, but
Doesn't happen.
I like the way he's saying they could push, as if MS has nothing to do with it.
That's right.
Well, he's not the captain anymore. I'm presuming that the captain makes the decision.
Who's this they you speak about?
I know, who is he talking about? I don't understand this man. He's clearly speaking a language I don't understand.
Yeah, because we just keep seeing him you see him in the dressing room just kind of practicing, but we don't see him come out in the middle.
It doesn't matter whether he's the captain or he's not in the team. If they switch on the lights in the stadium, they take his permission. I mean...
Fair, I think that's fair. And we would like to see him come out to bat and if he does, get your earplugs on, because your eardrums could burst right through the television if he comes out to bat in Chepauk. All right, let's have a look at the Calcutta team and see if they make any changes tomorrow. Well, you see that team, you see 3 out of 3, and you go, well, you don't need any changes there.
Not particularly. I mean, I'm not sure they'll play Vaibhav Arora. He suited the conditions that they played in last time.
Yeah.
So they could change that. They could bring in an Anukul Roy back again.
I'm sorry, I think Nitish Rana is fit. So if Nitish Rana is fit,
I think that's a straight swap, because I think they'll not mind taking that extra batter as well.
Mitchell Stark found a bit of form in the last game, so that would have given him a little bit of a boost, but they're rock solid. I don't think they need to change too much.
Yeah.
And they've had a little bit of a break. I think it's good for them also. Now they're going to get quite a few games, one after the other.
Yeah, so player to watch out for, let's start with the visiting team.
I'd say Sunil Narayan, because if Sunil Narayan gets them off to a start again, I think he's bowling brilliantly. If he gets them off to a start again, he's managed to do it brilliantly for the last couple of matches.
Yeah.
The game totally changes, because it puts a lot of pressure on the bowling. And Chennai's bowling this year, last couple of matches especially, hasn't been their strong suit.
Okay, so
I'm going to stay in the Caribbean. I'm going to go Dre Russ. Big Dre Russ is playing great.
Okay, so you pick Dre Russ. Who do I pick? I'll be salty and pick Salty. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick Salty, Phil Salty. And for the home team, who do you pick for the home team?
I think Rachin Ravindra needs to come good. Really needs to come good.
Okay.
Because of the KKR team, they like the spin, I'm going to go Shivam Dube. Ooh, he hits spin lively.
Big player. It's going to be a big call. Shivam versus Kolkata spinners is going to be a big game.
That's a good one. Then I think I'll pick the captain, Rituraj Gaikwad. That's the captain.
Well played.
Captain. All right, we have the joy factor question. Wes, what's that? Tell me. You asked it so long ago that I can't even remember.
Even I've forgotten. So, never played another test. One of those batters you saw today, the other, but not on the ground. The other, of course, because he played in 1995, he's unlikely.
Not on the ground? As in not playing, not in the field of play?
Not in the field of play. One of them, of course, is Ricky Ponting, who got 98 and got out. And the other is Stuart Law, who got 54 not out and never played another test match in his life for Australia.
Is that it?
Because in those days, Australia was such a packed team. They had so many good players that they just couldn't find place.
He came to county cricket and dominated.
Yeah?
For Lancashire, right?
Lancashire, Essex, he might have had another one, but Essex was really, he just scored runs for fun.
Mountains of runs.
That's just the one test. And after that, Australia ignored the law. Surprising. History joke. History joke.
I like it, boss. That's that's brilliant. I love it.
Thank you. I've done my bit. I don't want any more applause, but I know I will get some because I got one prediction correct. I got that correct. Yes, we'll come to that in a second, but there's applause for somebody else right now because the correct answer came in from Sidwin, RCB fan 01, the first one. The first RCB fan. Well done, man. Well done, buddy. So congratulations.
Maybe that just stands for the one victory that they've got. Just the one.
Horrible.
Okay, I haven't heard that.
Horrible.
I haven't
It's
heard
true.
that.
They've got one victory.
Yeah. Look who's being salty now.
Or they might. It might be that they go on and win it, and it'll be their first victory of the IPL.
I like that more. Yeah.
Dragging it
Good
back.
comeback.
Just pulling it real back because there were guys, right? There was the RCB fan army who was like, "Get your phones out now!" And you go, oh, okay. That's fine. He did all right. Okay, let's talk about a guessing game because, Joy, I'm really sorry about this, but I guessed 56, you had guessed 52, they got 54, split down the middle, so a win for each of us.
Brilliant.
Right, we both have got a win. But that's not good enough because I was leading by just a smidge yesterday. But there you go. Sainik here and Manoj Tiwari just sitting at home again. That's it. I just do all the hard work, right? Doing all the hard yards here.
Yeah.
And I've slipped down to 4th now, but it's quite neck and neck there. Where are the two of you? Okay, Michael Vaughan's come to 15% now. So Michael,
happy with that.
You're at 15. You worked your way up the list. Yeah. You're above Harsha. Yeah. So there you go. Joy, you're doing a tad better. You're at 18-18.
18.
How's Rowan? He's had...
Rowan's not off the mark yet. Yeah, he's not off the mark.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. We could only get one person from Mumbai off the mark today, so we chose the team. Right? The team's got 2 points. But for Rohan Gavaskar, it was not that day. Maybe tomorrow could be that day for him. He's back here tomorrow. Yeah. So maybe it's the day for him tomorrow. You're back here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm back tomorrow.
I'm back here tomorrow as well. Joy is not here. So Joy, tomorrow that score will not change for you. That's the only solace of not coming in.
Absolutely.
Is that doesn't stay. And we both are perhaps going to mess it up and then just come lower. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. All right, well, that's business. We're going to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Cricbuzz Live. A big thank you to Michael Vaughan and Joy Bhattacharjya. Thank you so much, boys, for holding the fort down on this long day. I'm Gaurav Kapur, and thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks for sending in your comments, your tweets, your money orders, your gift parcels. Thank you so much for everything. All right, good night.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad 50 Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন